Hello everybody and welcome. So here it is, my wife's 2013 Ford Focus 1-litre Ecoboost, and I'm going to replace the Degas hose, which is this one here. It has been subject to a lot of issues with the Ecoboost engine, particularly at the beginning of the sale of these cars, where this hose would cause overheating and therefore engine failure and so on. This was even subject to a safety recall from Ford about 10 years ago or so, but of course nothing lasts forever, and we noticed that there was a coolant leak, and you can see here by the pink marks from the coolant. Luckily it hasn't lost a lot of coolant. I think something around the 2 liters. I did top up eventually, but luckily the failure only happened when my wife was just arriving home, when she heard the fan kicking in and called me and asked what was going on. And then later, once the car cooled down, I found that there was this mark here. Now, the best process is not really to replace this hose with with another Degas hose. The best way to avoid any future problems with the cooling of the Ecoboost is to do an upgrade, which came on the Mark 3.5, basically the facelift version of this car, and that entails of the replacement of this hose and the bottom one here with the 2 brand new hoses. It's a different design which doesn't cause any problems. It's basically almost a forgive and forget, fit and forget kind of thing. And the first one, which will replace this thin hose here, is this one, and this is the part number which you can see on the screen now. And the bottom hose is this part number in here. I will put the description, the part numbers on the description. So the first thing to do will be to drain the coolant. I'm not going to video that, but then it will jump straight into the fitting and replacement of the affected hoses. Okay, now that the coolant is drained, it's time to replace the hoses. So you will see this one here, which then splits into 2 into a thinner section, goes at the back over there, and then splits into the top of the turbo. And it's going to be partially replaced with this one here. You see, the hoses are easy to fit because they only go one direction. And you see this one, you know, because it has left right angle, sorry. And then I'm going to detach this bottom hose, which goes all the way to the bottom and then links over there. I'm going to try to approach this a bit better, but it is a little bit dark. You see, there is one of these clips that you just have to squeeze them with a with a pair of pliers and try to pull it out. There will be some coolant that will leave, just like that. It is healthy. And then I'm going to do this one here. Actually, I'm going to disconnect this one here on the top, just like that. Press, and then squeeze. So you do the same action on the other one at the bottom. You squeeze like that. Sometimes they do clip in place, sometimes they don't. They stayed open like that. And the other one, like there, it did stay open, but never mind, you're not going to need these hoses again. There you go. And then just remember how it feeds into the car. It's a little bit dark in here. You can see it feeds under the aircon pipe all the way and then into that pipe over there. To make things easier, you can also try to remove and push this pipe down, but to be honest, I actually was lucky to have it removed like so. And oh, nearly forgot. You see, there is a plastic ring in here that holds this hose into place. Oops, I broke it. Don't worry, it happens quite often. And then can I pull it from the bottom? Let's see. It's also stuck in here. Just wriggle it out just like that. So the hose was fitted like that, so I'm just going to put it in there. And then you have this pipe here, and whilst you're there, I had to do this off camera, you just use basically both hands and squeeze this. It will click. You need to hear 2 clicks and then just gently pull it out. And you can see how fragile is that this snapped very, very easily. They are all secured in place with these plastic brackets, and that's another hose gone. Be gentle with this, you cannot make too much pressure. Try to twist it. Okay, so that's one hose down. Next, I'm going to connect this new hose, and you can see it goes from there, connects like so, and then they are pretty much molded to shape around the car. And they even have these little marks of where they actually should go. This one's stuck in here. Then you just plug it in here where it was before. It is push fit, and it should click nicely in place. And you can see how the hoses are routed. This fixation point here was already broken, and you can see they have already markings of where they should go. There's no way to fit the hoses wrongly because they only fit one way round. Now we're going to fit the split hose, which shouldn't be too hard as well. So basically this will be the final position of this hose. It will fit roughly like that, where this top bit will plug into here, and this bit will fit beneath the aircon pipes and then onto that pipe over there. So this bit will stay on top, going to feed under the aircon pipe. See, there's the pipe over there. These two here, I'm going to disconnect them temporarily. Then you see there is a notch on the hose itself which will match with this plastic notch in here. There you go, that's done. Plug these ones back in. It has this protective rubber in case of any chafing. Also protected on these bits here. This one will go there, and I think it's all pretty much well secured. It goes over here, goes over there, and now I can finally release the clips. Make sure that's properly in. So like I said before, you just squeeze these in order to release them, and it's all nicely in place. These are firmly tucked in, all routed as it should be, all in the right places. You see all the rubber protections and so on. These are all in here in order to protect rubbers. There's no wear on the hoses themselves. Over there it's also all fully connected, and this one here is also in place.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this was recorded summer last year, and I haven't had any issues ever since. But this is actually the bottom line. Even if you haven't had any issues, please upgrade your Degas hose with the newer system that was implemented on the Ford Focus Mark 3.5 or Focus Mark 3 facelift, because it can actually leave you stranded and in big trouble if the old hose ruptures and then the engine overheats, because even with the safety recall, that hose can fail, and very likely it will fail again when you least expect. We were very lucky. It happened just as my wife got home, so no damage was inflicted to the engine. So please, if you have no issues, replace with a new system, and it will save you a lot of trouble in the future. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.